So as the music plays, just relax. Close your eyes, rest in the presence, and hold space.
Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vignakararura Hamari. 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 Ganapataye
Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to our weekly online satsang. Satsang being a Sanskrit word that means community of truth. A way of describing any spiritual community where two or more people who are on the path of awakening and the flowering of the heart join their journeys together, meet together to share their presence, to share their energy, to share their struggles. And this is a wonderful way to come together across great distances and various kinds of boundaries that might otherwise separate us. It's, I think, one of the finest uses of the internet. And so we're glad you're here tonight. It's so important that the world awaken collectively. I know we're awakening individually. Some of us, many of us, may already be awakened. But the collective consciousness of humanity itself needs to shift from a global culture of competition, conflict, and war to a new world of cooperation, harmony, and peace. And that's going to take more than just a few awakened beings. It's going to take the collective consciousness of humanity, the one heart of humanity, to awaken and shift into love. And so that's what we're working toward, one person at a time. And when we join together like this, ripples go out in the collective consciousness, and it helps countless other people to begin their journeys, to continue on their journeys to awaken. We're so glad you're here. Join us throughout this webcast satsang in sending the flowering heart blessing to all who join us tonight, to anyone that will ever view this video in the future. The flowering heart blessing is a direct transmission of awakened divine awareness, love, grace, presence, peace. It comes directly from the divine source. We just serve as conduits, as vessels. And the divine gave me and Suzanne this form of blessing. We've been sending spiritual blessings to people for many decades. But about 10 years ago, the divine said, start sharing this one. And we noticed right away, which is one of the reasons we call it flowering heart blessing, although Suzanne said, I wonder what that would feel like. Boom! And all this light came flooding down into our hearts, and our hearts just went supernova like a star exploding with unconditional love. The divine said, share this one now. And don't charge for it. And tell people when they've received it once, they're initiated and they can begin to share it themselves. We've been watching with other forms of blessing, people having to travel halfway around the world, pay thousands and thousands of dollars, go through very intricate initiations, which is nice. I mean, we've both done that. But that said, true blessings, and the Sanskrit word for blessing is Diksha. Hridaya, Vikasa, Diksha is Sanskrit for flowering heart blessing. There are many different forms of Shaktipat and blessing, and go by different names with different cultures. But this one goes right to the heart and causes the heart to begin to open in a way of direct contact with the divine within, which just immediately spoke to us because we saw so many people getting drawn into the orbit of, sort of addicted to external teachings and teachers and places of power and outer things to help awaken them. And we've all experienced wonderful things in the realm of spiritual teachers and places of power and spiritual practices. But all of it has led us to discover the outer world's a reflection of the inner world, and the light you saw in your guru, the light you saw in the face of a saint, the vortex that you experienced in a place of power, all of that is a reflection of what's inside you. The divine source in all of its fullness. Eventually, we have to turn around and begin to look inside and discover our own divinity. And there we discover our own enlightened consciousness, that lo and behold, our true essence is the divine itself, and it's already quite awakened. And you can't get more one with the divine than to be the divine. So this is a great boon, the Flowering Heart Blessing, in helping to discover your own inner divinity. and your enlightened true nature. So please join us. Just invite the divine to flow through you. Since the divine's doing it all, you don't need to know what you're doing. Just be open and consent. And I like to hold up my hands and open my palms, but I don't do that all the time like right now. We're sending the blessing to everyone, and we're not making any special gestures. We're holding the intention, and we're calling on the divine presence, and the divine loves to bless. So here it is. What's coming up? This next Saturday and Sunday, we're having our Diamond Heart Quantum Liberation Retreat. We do them every so often. And I don't know when the next one will be, but if you can make it here next Saturday and Sunday, please join us. This one is not done online. It's very intense and very powerful. And we need people to have you in our space where we can work with you in a more hands-on, direct way. And it's very reasonable, actually. So if you can be in Clearwater, Florida next weekend, I highly recommend it. The information is there on Facebook Live. It's also on our website at floweringheart.org. Because we're having the Diamond Heart Retreat Saturday and Sunday, we won't be meeting for our regular book club and centering group on Sunday afternoon. So if you've been participating in that, we'll be back the very next week, but this coming weekend, we're off for a very special journey. What else?
That's it.
I think that's probably it, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We've got questions too.
Yeah, so we like to open it to questions and answers on the spiritual journey and on your experience of your spiritual journey and some areas that you may be seeking understanding or more clarity. When you ask your questions, it helps us all because it moves the divine to pour out inspiration and insight that Suzanne and I can share with everyone, and we're all uplifted because our journeys are, while different, somewhat parallel in many ways. While you think about that, and we'll come back to Tristan's questions in just a few minutes, give the rest of you a chance to look inside and ask if there's a question you might ask that would inspire the discussion during satsang tonight. I like to, at the beginning like this, give everyone a few minutes to look inside and listen to that inner voice. And while we do, share some little articles and quotes from a website called inspiringquotes.com. Tonight's quotes and little article are entitled 15 Quotes About Health in All Its Forms. And this was, not surprisingly, written and compiled by Joyce Chen. We have a lot from Joyce and Tony Donnell. There is a whole group of authors. We have enjoyed them all. But Tony and Joyce, we seem to have a lot of input from. Joyce is a writer, editor, and community builder based in Seattle, Washington. We thank you again for your many inputs to our satsangs. And you didn't even know you were doing that. So here's what she wrote. At its core, health has always been about more than numbers on a scale or what size jeans we wear, though many of us grew up believing that our physical bodies were the primary measure of our overall health. In recent years, thanks to more candid, mainstream conversations about mental health and wellness, folks have come to recognize that health needs to be approached holistically. The state of our mind inevitably impacts our physical health and vice versa. The famous yoga instructor B.K.S. Yinigar may have put it best. Quote, health is a state of complete harmony of the body, mind, and spirit. When one is free from physical disabilities and mental distractions, the gates of the soul open. In other words, nourishing our bodies is just one part of ensuring our overall wellness. Developing coping mechanisms for stress and making room for healing are necessary too. It isn't enough just to be free of physical disease or ailments. We have to also look for ways to build healthy habits and incorporate sources of joy on a daily basis. Below, we've rounded up 15 quotes about the importance of health in its many forms, in hopes that they will inspire you to engage in that most necessary practice, self-care, however you define it. So let's dive in. Keeping your body healthy is an expression of gratitude to the whole cosmos, the trees, the clouds, everything. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Zen master. Every negative belief weakens the partnership between mind and body. Deepak Chopra. Our bodies are our gardens, to which our wills are gardeners. William Shakespeare. Small helpings. Sample a little bit of everything. These are the secrets of happiness and good health. Julia Child. Wish I could learn that one. I got the part about trying everything. It's those little helpings. Values are related to our emotions. Just as we practice physical hygiene to preserve our physical health, we need to observe emotional hygiene to preserve a healthy mind and attitudes. Dalai Lama. Wellness, I came to realize, will not happen by accident. It must be a daily practice, especially for those of us who are more susceptible to the oppressiveness of the world. Jenna Wartham, journalist. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Benjamin Franklin. I'll come back to that one. What mental health needs are more sunlight. What mental health needs are more sunlight, more candor, and more unashamed conversation. Glenn Close. When health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself. Art cannot become manifest. Strength cannot be exerted. Wealth is useless, and reason is powerless. Hierophilus, ancient Greek physician. The more we see health as a practice rather than as a problem to fix, the more we encourage the body's natural potential to be healthy. Arte Patel. Exercise should be regarded as a tribute to the heart. Gene Tunney, professional boxer. Self-care is not selfish. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. Eleanor Brown, author. Health is like money. We never have a true idea of its value until we lose it. Josh Billings, humor writer. I believe that the greatest gift you can give your family and the world is a healthy you. Joyce Meyer, author. The first wealth is health. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Those are some nice quotes. The one that made me chuckle, and I have to go back to, is Benjamin Franklin. He wrote many things, Farmer's Almanac and different things. Wasn't it the Farmer's Almanac? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was one of the founding fathers of the United States. His picture is on the $100 bill. He's the one that supposedly flew a kite with a key on it that captured electricity from a lightning bolt. And he's known for so many things and was truly, truly a great man. Interesting, though, he told everyone, early to bed and early to rise make a man healthy, wealthy, and wise, and he didn't follow his own advice. I didn't know until just a few years ago that Benjamin Franklin, while he told everyone else to live that way, was known to stay up all night, drinking and cavorting with the beautiful ladies, especially loved Paris and the nightlife. And that was the way he stayed healthy, wealthy, and wise, while telling all the rest of us to go to bed early. I think that's hysterically funny, but a little bit hypocritical too on the part of Brother Benjamin there. Okay. Tristan, no one added after what Tristan wrote. This must be pivotal. Here we go. My first question came from observation of the Advahut, Nityananda, Ganeshpuri, and Neem Karoli. They both look similar, have performed miracles, and are super similar divine powers. Do you think they have ever met each other? And have you ever met two divine people who have uncanny similarities and purposes? Yes. Nityananda and Neem Karoli Baba, which a lot of the people involved in the webcast tonight may not be aware of them. Neem Karoli Baba was the guru of Ram Dass. Let's see. I got a picture of him somewhere. Oh, here we go. Neem Karoli Baba. Absolutely love this saint. And he was guru of Krishna Das, Bhagavan Das, Ram Das, our friend Ramana Das. So many of the people that went to India in the 1960s were led to Neem Karoli Baba, who was an amazing, amazing guru and divine being. According to tradition, in his 1008th reincarnation, when they met him, Shri Shri 1008. I won't sing it for you, but I love the song. And the Nityananda, great Siddha yogi, they looked similar in that they were sort of portly. They were bald-headed. They had this radiance about them. But I mean, come on, you just said they're divine beings, which means they have merged with God. It means that their ego has completely dissolved in oneness with the divine. So what's left in someone like Nityananda or in Neem Karoli Baba? All that's left is God. So the fact that two divine beings sort of look similar and radiate a similar light and say similar things and do similar things should just be an affirmation that it's the same divine that is speaking through, shining through, and working through them both. So yes, have they met each other? I'm sure. They probably met each other while they were still alive in India, at least in the spirit world. But both of them have left the earthly temple. I don't know if either of them have taken on new reincarnations yet, or if they're going to. I don't know about that. But I'm sure that all those divine beings that have completely merged in God are know each other. It's a big family. The Bible talks about being surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. And it's also referred to as the communion of saints. These beings these aren't just simple masters. These are fully enlightened, God-realized gurus. And so, yeah, I think they've met. I think they can't help but meet because they're just one of them. And have we ever met two divine people who have uncanny similarities and purposes? Absolutely. But you know, some of them are very different too. It's one of the things in the, when we were teaching in our interfaith communion with the Cosmic Christ a couple weeks ago, we were talking about how the divine manifests in myriad ways. The divine manifests through female personages, through various male personages. Then you got this elephant-headed guy, Ganesh, you know. In India, there are just bunches and bunches, too many to count, of the faces of the divine. So that Western Christians said, oh, they're polygamists. No, that's multiple marriage. They're polytheists. They worship multiple gods. Actually, in India, it's generally understood that there's one divine source called Brahman, who out of Brahman emerged Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesh, Kali, all the other divine manifestations came out of one. And that one manifests in many ways. And part of the reason is that certain people will be able to relate to one form of the divine more easily than to another. I mean, if you had a very rough relationship with your father that still isn't healed, you might have a difficult time relating to some manifestations of the divine that are very masculine and fatherly. Perhaps it would be easier to relate to the divine feminine, which is still the same Brahman, the same divine, the same supreme Godhead manifesting in a different form. And that's true in many of the traditions. That's why a lot of people think that Christians are worshiping three different gods, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And part of that teaching I did a couple weeks ago is to say, just get rid of the names and all the concepts and the doctrines and think of it this way. God above, we can all relate to God above, God within, and God everywhere. I mean, that's really the divine relating to people in three really unique ways. Above, uplifting, pouring down upon us. Within us, God within, transforming us from within, which is what the Cosmic Christ or the Paramatma is. And then God everywhere, which is the Divine Mother, embracing everything and pervading everything with her maternal love. So, that's what I have to say about that. Okay, Tristan goes on. You mentioned when someone gets a little obsessed with the astral realm that there's some weird things out there. For enlightened purposes, can you explain more of what you see, of what you've seen, and these beings bring about a false light to get to, and can these beings bring about a false light to get devotees? Absolutely. I mean, the astral realm is gigantic. From a Hindu point of view, there are things called lokas. There are dimensions of existence. Earth is kind of in the middle. It's called karma bhumi, the world of karma here, cause and effect. Below us are 7 hell realms, which are denser and darker as you go down, and above us are 7 heavenly realms, which get brighter and lighter and freer as we go up, as we climb that ladder. You could describe everything between earth and the highest heaven, or Satyaloka, or heaven, or whatever tradition you're coming from. All of those realms and dimensions in between earth and there could be called the astral plane. There are different ways of defining it, but the reason I explained it that way is that there are whole worlds and other dimensions manifesting on the astral planes, and all different kinds of beings, some of which have nothing to do with us, some of whom would perhaps be helpful, and some would be a great distraction, and more than a distraction, would get in the way and hinder our spiritual journey, wanting us to stay on their plane. It's said in India that when a soul makes their transition, they begin to journey up, if all goes well, not down, up through those lokas toward the light. And we do special processes to speak to the souls of our ancestors. Wake up, wake up. Where you are is cool, but it gets better if you keep looking up and moving toward the light. Thing is, what they said in India is the next loka, or dimension above the earth plane, is 100 times more blissful. So people, and they're ruled over by some kind of deity. So people who get there go, this must be heaven. This is 100 times more blissful than life on earth. There's this beautiful deity there radiating all kinds of color and power and light. I've arrived. And sometimes it's been said you could spend eons in one of those astral planes, or one of those lokas, or one of those bardos, or so many different names given. And then the next one above that loka is 100 times more blissful. And the next one above that is 100 times more blissful than the one below it. So it just keeps getting better and better and better. And there can be quite a sort of seduction to just stay there and to serve and to worship this being whose job it is to govern that particular realm of reality. What we need to do is keep going straight for the one light, one love, and keep moving. So
I think maybe he was talking more about like people that take journeys on the astral plane, or like when you have a dream that's really real or really vivid, and you know, sometimes you can get lost or be deceived. And
well, Tristan's asked a lot about astral travel.
yeah,
It's fascinating. People, when they first begin to meditate or have spiritual experiences, especially if they do things like plant medicine, they want to explore the astral worlds. And it's genuine. It depends on the tradition, but a good Buddhist teacher would generally caution against it. Don't be distracted, just keep going, you know, for bodhi, for enlightenment. I don't want to tell you stories of the things I've seen on the astral plane because I don't want to create fascination. Oh, I'd like to see that too, you know. But there are all kinds of weird beings. And some of them are beautiful. And some of them are linked to the divine, just like people that live here. I mean, there are divine beings servicing and working in all the worlds and all the realms. But I think it's more of a curiosity of the mind at this point. And if we have any purpose in the future, a divine purpose to visit one of those realms to render service, well, then we'll know. In the meantime, go for the light. And can these beings bring about a false light to get devotees? Sure. It happens in this world. It happens in the astral planes as well. The Apostle Paul cautioned against it when he was talking about the Dark Lord. He said that the ministers, the servants of the Dark One, can appear as angels of light. They can be very bright and very beautiful, and their energy can be so subtle. And there's something about them that's so beautiful, and they can seem so lonely. And you just want to give them a big hug, you know, and they may have a very different plan for your interaction. So there needs to be discernment. And that's where I ask them about the Most High. When I encounter a very high being on an intermediate plane, I talk to them about God, not about them, and see what their response is. Yekaterina's just saying hello and wishing you a blessed retreat next weekend. Well, thank you so much, Yekaterina. Blessings to you as well. You're always in our hearts.
Look at what the tag on my tea said.
The purpose of life is to know yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, and be yourself. Once you figure out that yourself is one with the divine, that makes perfect sense. Another iteration of this would be the purpose of life is to know God, to love God, to trust God, and to become God. To be God, to be divine, your divine self. Any other questions before we move on? There could be. Thank you, Tristan, for you always come up with some goodies and spark the conversation. But you see, one more thing that just came up. Add this, that the journey to the light for us here, now, in this life, is not so much a journey up through the astral planes to other worlds and finally to the heavens. It's in. The journey is in. Because inside of you, you are already enlightened and one with God. But that's covered over with all these layers of ignorance and blindness that the mind has spun like a web around us. And what the divine does, what the spiritual practices and the spiritual journey does, is it strips away that material that blinds the heart, blinds us from seeing the truth about what's inside our hearts. And it's like there's all the scars around our hearts, and the longer we live in this world, if things don't go well, we can become our hearts can become so surrounded with scars and calluses that it requires tremendous grace of healing to melt that away, to discover that what I was looking for was inside of me all the time. It was me. And we're taking an intention that everyone that does the retreat with us over the weekend will come to that, not mental realization, but that direct experience and make a quantum leap in the spiritual journey. Okay. Well, anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Okay then. Close your eyes, if they're still open, and invoke that divine presence within you that we were just speaking of. Deep within you is not just a drop of God. It's not like, yes, you're a drop of the divine essence. No, God in all of its fullness dwells in you. That's a mystery because it also dwells in Suzanne, it dwells in me. Because in spirit, everything is right here, right now, fully present. God is within you. God loves you unconditionally. People that may have told you that there's a gulf separating you from God, that was an error. In the presence of God, we live and move and have our being. There could be no genuine separation from God, or we'd cease to exist. The separation, well, it's a very real experience. It's in our minds, our emotions, in the mental realm. And this divine being inside of you, who loves you dearly as your true divine parent, yearns to dissolve those veils of blindness and ignorance, to dissolve all of the wrong teaching and the wrong thinking, the emotional programming for misery that's been running our lives. The divine will dissolve all of that and draw you into the center of your being, to experience your true oneness with the divine and with all that is. Invite this divine, all-powerful, all-knowing being within you to flood you with the light of awakening, to clear the mental realm, to flood your physical body with divine life and health and healing. Flood your relationships with unconditional love, to heal them and make them right, to shine through your life into the world, to touch, to inspire, to stimulate everyone who comes in contact with you, to open to the light. Receive. This isn't the time to beg or think, or try to reason with the divine. Just relax. Divine knows exactly what you need and is pouring it out to you right now. Receive it. Just breathe it in. Soak it up. And keep taking it in. Keep receiving. Envision us sitting in a circle together. With your eyes closed, lift up your hands with your palms open. As we take a strong intention for the divine to pour the flowering heart blessing through you to everyone in the circle. It's flowing back through all of them to you as well. And as the blessing flows through us as we give it to others, it transforms us as it pours through us. As we awaken to the one love, the one heart, the one consciousness which we all are. just relax and rest your hands in your lap and open your eyes and begin to make direct eye contact with Suzanne and or me, or both of us. Just keep gazing at least one of our eyes as we dive into the light meditation with our eyes wide open. Suzanne and I are flooded with oceans of light and life and grace for you. It pours through every part of our being, especially through our eyes, the windows of the soul. As you keep gazing, the light streams out through our eyes, in through your eyes, into your heart of hearts, causing the light that is within you to become brighter and brighter, the divine love that is in you to burn brighter and brighter, transforming you into the very image and likeness of the divine. And there's nothing for you to do but accept it, receive it, relax and keep looking. You could close your eyes now. Meditate for a few more minutes with us as the grace settles within. Now keep meditating as long as it feels good to you. Or you could find a spot nearby and lie down in Shavasana. Lying in Shavasana is to lie comfortably on your back, with your eyes closed, your arms loosely at your sides with the palms open, turned upward, and just let yourself dissolve with gratitude in the presence. We love you very much.
Much love, light, and blessings.
Until we meet again, know that the divine in us beholds the divine within you, and we bow to you. Namaste.